Chelsea are going to try and win this competition. They have to. It's the one they haven't got.
For Man United, I'd love to know what their process is in January, whether they're going to bring more players in, because then these knockout playoffs are going to be even more exciting and then the league's going to be even better.
For me, Man United, anything they could get this season will be massive progress. If they can win something, it might send a message to the people upstairs that the manager needs a little bit more help.
The legend that is Bunny Shaw.
Bunny is unstoppable. She's an unstoppable force in a team that, for me, looks so good.
At this moment in time, she will win City this league if she keeps this form and we keep her fit.
Liverpool, at the moment, they look like they could go down. They could be in the playoffs for going down.
Something massive needs to change.
You know what happens when we talk about players and transfers on here, Steph?
I know.
All of a sudden,
listening. Hopefully.
things happen.
Hello and welcome to Crossways, the final one before Christmas. I'm Steph Houghton and I'm with the legend.
I'm with the legend, Steph Houghton. I'm actually Ian Wright, everybody, if you don't know who I am.
Proper legend.
You're the proper legend.
You're a happy gaffer?
Yeah, I am a happy gaffer. Because I don't know if people are watching, but like if you're not watching the Baller League on Mondays, my team, we won again this week. And now we're joint fourth, I think, in the league. And you have to finish fourth to qualify. And, you know, we had to play the worst team in the league. And they brought in a guy called Expressions, massive Tottenham fan, influencer, real lyricist in respects of words. He's got words for everything. And he just was on my case from the time I got there, on the line. He was I think he went all in, Steph, so that if he won, when they've not won a game, they're the bottom of the league. If he won against me and Al, who was there as well, Alan Shearer was there as well, I think that we'd still be seeing him doing content about it. It was one of those where I just said, please, gosh. And I said to the guys, listen, you know what he just said to me? I went into the huddle and I said, you know what he said? He said, this is the team that we've been waiting for because we know that we can beat them because they're weak.
Oh, so you try to play the mind games.
And we did in the end. No, but we really did compete with them. But they scored a couple of goals. But then, we beat them with penalties with our experience. We just kept having shots, kept getting corners. And in the end, we scored 3 penalties and beat them.
Oh, John Terry's team next week. You're going to break for Christmas now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not fast. I think we got John Terry's 26ers next. And they're playing pretty well. They've got a really good movement in their team. So that'd be a good test for it. But we've lost 3 players. 3 of our main guys, injuries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will they be back after Christmas then?
I don't know, but we're trying to bring in a wild card because we've lost, and all 3 of the players we've lost are ball players. Like George at the back is our ball playing defender, and same with JC, and Junior is our real creative player.
Yeah,
he's out as well. So we've got 3 first teamers out. It's really tough. It really gets you.
I know you've been really invested this season, but more calm than last season. I think it's to do with the winning.
Absolutely. What about Sunderland? Wow. What a great result. What was it like in Sunderland, Steph? Was it really great after it?
It's like crazy. It's like a 2:00 kickoff and everybody's out by 8:00. It's just, everybody's in the town. So, of course, my dad wants to go with all his mates because most of the village is gone. It's like the first derby in 8 years that we played against them in the Premier League. So it was massive.
Can I say, Steph? Go on. No, finish, Steph.
Oh, in the atmosphere, I've been to big games with City or with Sunderland and stuff before, but this atmosphere from the day that the time that we got into the town until after the final whistle, and I swear it went on for however long, but yeah, unbelievable.
You know something? You see what you said there about not having a derby Premier League 8 years, and watching Sunderland this season and how they've played up there, steer them a late, right? How they've played, right? You'd have thought that Newcastle, in that town, know what that rivalry means. That wasn't about the tactics or let's make sure that we outplayed them. That was a fight to earn the right to play and show that you don't look like you've bottled it, which it's a strong word I'm using there in respect to bottled it, but I don't know how else to explain how they didn't turn up with more gusto than they did have. I mean,
the game wasn't great quality, but I do think that Sunderland tried to do the right thing. But I think that's the thing, though, Ian, when you're at home and you've got your fans, and the Sunderland fans just want the players to run as hard as they can and tackle and just fight, and they did that. So, Yeah, absolutely buzzing, to be honest.
Really
It was
pleased for
a good
Sunderland.
weekend.
You know what? They've been. It's been great to see a team come up with that much fight because let's face it, they've made some good signings and they all look like they can go again another step. So this season in the Premier League, you like to feel that once they get this done and they stay up, which they look like they will do, then you'd have to say that next season they're quite an attractive proposition if you're coming
Yeah.
to the Premier League as a decent player, because they've added something to the Premier League in respect to the crowd and how it feels, the way they're playing, the energy that Sunderland winning brings. It's really, really good for the league, I think.
I know, and also City top in the league as well. So I don't mind. It was a great weekend.
Yes, it was a great weekend. Great weekend.
Righty, so last weekend before Christmas,
Yeah.
what are your plans? Are you working or?
Yeah, I think I've got 2 games to do, the 2 Arsenal games, tomorrow and Tuesday. But in between that, I'm just doing from now until Christmas, I'm just doing the shop. I'm just trying to go and find the little things that I need to find now. I love when you got this time to just like go and buy the little things, because we do the family buy for everybody we're buying, but then you have to buy for individual people little things.
Yeah.
Because we do that now. We're not doing massive, unbelievable present. Oh my God. Because if that was the case, I'd say, Nance, I can't see the golf simulator anywhere. Right. So
Where is it? I need it.
I said, well, where's the? I thought getting a golf simulator.
Well, maybe you should get one, then we can play and practice for next year.
Yeah, see if we could get one in the studio up there.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love this time of Christmas. I didn't like it when I was a kid. I hated Christmas when I was a kid because I knew we weren't going to get any really good presents, and it was always it just weren't great. But as Christmas has gone on, as I've got older, I love it so much.
Yeah, I love Christmas. It is the best time of the year. We're going up to the Northeast as well.
Yes, is it? And you know what? Because I've got my newest granddaughter as well. She's going to be popping in all of Christmas Eve, so I'm looking forward to her. So you know, it's a whole different Christmas when you've got a baby involved.
Definitely. I love seeing my nephews at Christmas because they just absolutely buzz off just anything.
And
anything, a cardboard box, the paper,
everything.
Whatever. You could spend £100 on Lego and they'll not be that bothered. There'll be more this £1 thing that I've brought from wherever.
So it should be good. What films are you going to watch? You going to watch any films?
What? We did the Home Alones the last 2 nights.
You done them already?
Yeah, we did them while I was rapping. So I was like, I'm going to get in the Christmas spirit, the trees up, whatever. And then we might do the Christmas markets tonight, which will be cool. But films, we haven't watched The Holiday yet, and we haven't watched Love Actually, which is probably one of my favourite ones.
I'm going to watch Wonderful Life, which I always do.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to watch, it's National Lampoon's Christmas. Chevy Chase is in it. Please, if no one's seen that, please watch that film for beautiful Christmas, like, spirit. And it's just hilarious. It's hilarious.
I've got to add that to my list now.
Right.
Then.
If anybody watches that, please tell me what you think when we get back after Christmas.
Okay. We'll have to do a feedback form or something.
Yeah, let's do a feedback because that's the one. But you know what? If you want a real Christmassy spirit, then It's a Wonderful Life's great. Like you mentioned, Love Actually. That's, Nance loves Love Actually. But then if you want something to laugh, then I'd say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right. Okay. I'm adding that to the list now.
So what's happening? Football, ladies. What we saying?
Probably you guys in terms of Champions League draw.
You know something? I think we've had a bit of a result there, especially as we played Leuven the other day to get them in the draw. Obviously, let's go through the draw. So Man United got Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Paris FC got Real Madrid. We got Leuven, Wolfsburg, Juventus. And if we win, we get Chelsea.
Big game.
We get Chelsea, massive game.
Because Chelsea obviously automatically qualified with the likes of Bayern, Barcelona, and Lyon. So them 4 automatically qualified. These are knockout playoffs for Man United and Arsenal. But yeah, that if you beat Leuven and then you go to Chelsea, then you probably want to avoid them to a point, do you?
I was thinking that, Steph, but then what you have to think is, hang on a minute, you're probably going to have to beat them at some stage if you want to win it. Chelsea are desperate to win it, obviously. But like, I don't mind when we play them now. I'm not saying that we're in great form. I thought we played really well against Leuven, but I thought what I watched of Leuven, they looked very organised, very physical, but they didn't have nowhere near enough going forward to really trouble Arsenal. So you'd have to say that they probably could get through that unless something disastrous happens. But like the Chelsea game, now that's where we're going to have to really show our mettle. because Chelsea are going to try and win this competition. They have to. It's the one they haven't got.
Well, that's why they've built the squad that they have, wasn't it,
Yeah.
to kind of build the Champions League. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect anything less than Arsenal getting through that knockout playoff.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, the performance of the night, and I think he's hitting that form probably at the wrong time because the break's going to come now. And I think when you've been in the last few games, keeping a clean sheet is massive as well. So you've not really done that very often this season. So I think that was kind of confidence boost, especially in the Champions League. But I think the turn of the year, Arsenal need to start bright and start to kind of kick on from the form that they have and keep people fit and get the players back that are. I mean, you get Leah a little bit more minutes, get her starting as well. So
yeah, we play. I think we play them in January. We play Chelsea in January. The main thing is that it's always a massive game with Chelsea, but like I'm not too keen on our league form.
yeah,
No, I don't know if we're subconsciously just trying to go for the Champions League again, which I can't see them doing. But I'm not saying I can't see them winning it, but I can't see them not paying more attention to the WSL because that's for me Arsenal's priority. But like if they can go and win the Champions League again, it would be amazing. But like Chelsea, that's all Chelsea need now to become the elite of the elite, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, definitely. That's the one that they've been missing and the one that they've been trying to do. But I think obviously if you play Chelsea, beat Chelsea, or Chelsea win, then the next step's Lyon, who have been so impressive in the Champions League so far. The quality of players, the players that they have, but also like how they play.
Yeah.
I think many defences in WSL would really struggle with that. Never mind Arsenal, Chelsea in that next semi-final. But even Man United, I think Man United have done absolutely amazing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they have. They got to get a lot of credit. What they beat Atleti. They beat them 1-0. But like the thing with United again is that what they're doing, like I said, and I'll continue to say until they start doing something upstairs, is they really do need to start backing the manager with players of Champions League quality, because I think to get this far after qualifying, I think it's brilliant. I do feel that they can probably beat Atleti. I think they can, but then I think they're going to start getting into the levels where we're going to start seeing them maybe come undone. They need to see if they can get some players in January. They really do. I think I said that after the first couple of games, watching them in the WSL and how good they were. Seeing Jess Park. Jess Park is really emerging.
Fire.
Keeping the great Ella Toone out. How long she got left? Do you know how long she's got left at United?
I'm not sure. Did she not sign a new deal?
But the thing with her as well, I think even if she's got 18 months, Steph, and I get the same energy. I don't think it's the same level as Chloe Kelly in respect to leaving out. But we are talking about a top England international, one of our greats, not being able to get in the side at the moment for whatever reason, whoever's playing well or not. And that doesn't sit well with Ella at this stage. How old's Ella now?
God, she'd be like 26, 27 maybe.
She's in her peak primes. She's played a lot of games up to this point.
I know.
She's played a lot of games, and I know it's kind of like, okay, you take a little bit of a rest while it's going, but now she's obviously itching to play, and she's too good for me to be sitting on a bench for any period of time. So there's teams that will just take Ella in a flash. So and that's something I think she probably have to.
Pressure, isn't it, Ian, from an international point of view to play? And like this, even though we've probably mentioned about the midfield area for England, like she is probably one of the key players. And if she's not going to play, then there's other players that now are coming in to try and take her place. So I get it and I think for Ella, it's a new situation because ever since she's been at Manchester United, she's always played and she's always been their key player. And I agree with you on what you said in terms of what Mark Skinner's done with the squad that he's had has been amazing.
Yeah,
but obviously this Champions League run has probably altered their league form because they're 9 points behind City in fourth place. And that's huge. If you think WSL is probably your bread and butter, you've never won it before. You came close a couple of years ago. So it's how you balance them two competitions, which, to be honest, if you think about it, like Arsenal and Chelsea, it's been tough for them as well.
Yeah.
In terms of their forms not being great, even though they've got a number of players. But for Man United, I'd love to know what their process is in January, whether they're going to bring more players in, because then these knockout playoffs are going to be even more exciting and then the league's going to be even better.
I think at the start, Steph, you probably would have said that the knockout stages would have been their aim. But again, with a few players, you just never know.
No.
You just never know. I think that we them being 9 points behind City at the moment are really flying, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we'll get onto them. They're flying, so they're not making no mistakes. And I feel like Arsenal, Chelsea, even United, they're kind of like, none of them are playing unbelievably well enough where you feel like at the moment, oh, who's going to challenge City? I don't think any of them through. You have to probably say Chelsea will make a real charge, but like in the main, I think City running away with it. But like for me, Man United, anything they could get this season will be massive progress if they can win something, if they can get through to the next stages. It might send a message to the people upstairs that the manager needs a little bit more help in respects of players. And if they have got any ambitions for this Man United women's team to progress, then they should be backing him at this stage.
Like
for me,
the
it's as simple
signing
as
of
that.
Rolfo, we were buzzing with that one.
Yeah.
Because
That's
that
a good
is
sign
like
because
the
she's
caliber
great.
of players that
Yeah.
not only you want at that club, but at the same time you want them in the league to be able to be competing and bringing the best players. So I'm actually excited for the transfer window just
Me
to see
too.
what happens because there's going to be some big moves, I reckon.
I think so, and I'm hoping that Arsenal are going to be amongst that, whether it's January or whether it's in the summer. They're gonna. I think that they've got to make moves, and I can't see Claire Wheatley not making moves now, because I feel that we're kind of like teetering. Are we going to go to the next? Are we going to blast and go to the next level, make a massive change in the dressing room maybe, and then really start challenging regularly like Chelsea do? You know, like City look like they're going to do, like Man United, if they get a few players, look like they're going to do. All of a sudden, the league and the top teams in the league are looking stronger, and it's going to make the league stronger. So, like I say, Arsenal, who are synonymous with women's game and how great they've been in the women's game, have got to lead. They've got to be leading for me in those in that situation. So, exciting times for the transfer window. It's going to be interesting to see who moves around. And again, going back to just quickly with Ella. So, I'm hearing that that Ella's contract's up in the summer. If I'm Ella now, when you got World Cup, you know what I mean? I think that this is kind of good timing for her to not rush into anything. Obviously play it out to the end of the season, depending on how patient she's going to be. If she's not playing and she's still not playing in and around January, then she's probably going to start thinking, well, I'm not going into a World Cup year not playing, because we know what Serena's like on that front. So she's probably going to start thinking next season, I've got to be somewhere else if they're not playing me now, and I can't get back in the team because players.
It'll be an important move if she moves, because she's in the peak years of her career, and you'd like to think that that's going to be the bulk of where she stays. Obviously, she's been a Man United for that long, and I think when
a massive Man United fan.
If you're speaking about ambition for a club like United, like, you have to keep them types of players. You don't even have to go and sign someone else. It's about trying to retain your best players, and I like the fact that she's just getting her head down, because I know what she's like. I think she's an honest and hardworking girl, and she just wants to play her football. And I think you can react two ways. And like, if you kind of throw your toys out the pram and huff about it, like, that's not going to help you. So, and with the games that United have got coming up, especially after Christmas, she's going to play a big part.
Yeah, because
it's a tough one. It is tough because you want to play it every single week, don't you?
One thing's for sure: if they get any big games, I know that Ella Toone's. We know she's a big game player, man. She's the goal scorer of the big goals in the big games. So
even at the weekend, she scored the first goal to get them back into.
Get them back in, yeah. So watch. We'll have to watch that. Watch that space. You know what happens when we talk about players and transfers on here, Steph?
I know.
All of a sudden,
hopefully,
things happen. So, Steph, the League Cup quarterfinals. Okay, I think this is the last time we'll see the top three teams in the league playing in this cup competition, and that's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. Whoever the fourth team is, like if we're going to talk City, Chelsea, United, and Arsenal, whoever that team is that don't qualify, then you still feel like they might probably win the League Cup because they're so strong against the other teams. It's almost like you got a free run at it. So that's going to be interesting to see how the other teams react to those teams and how much they want to beat one of those teams to get a cup. Because you just want to see a team outside that four win something.
Yeah. Give them that ambition to go and win something. You know how we're speaking about United? You know, Spurs are 1 point behind United in the league.
Yeah.
And that's why that makes that tie really, really exciting. United v Spurs. chance to get into a semi-final of the League Cup, it's a huge game, especially with last weekend's. Even though Spurs 3-0 up.
Oh my gosh!
Literally, how did they blow that? I don't know how they blew that lead.
That was a great game to watch, though.
I know. There's some great goals. Beth England's header was a cracker.
Oh, brilliant, Beth! Brilliant.
Honestly, she's
still got the fight. You see her energy when she's still got the. You can see she's
someone
the leader in there.
Scoring goals, you
Honestly,
know about that, don't you?
You know, again, you have to say with Tottenham, Steph. I feel with this manager, and the way Tottenham are playing, they look like a totally different entity. Obviously, coming back from 3-0 is what people would call Spursy. But like, letting a team come back from 3-0 is very Spursy. But at the same time, they are progressing, and it's good to see. It's good to see, and I feel like Spurs are going to, with that manager especially, I think they are another interesting team to watch with the January window, because I feel like they're not a million miles away with a few signings.
They'll attract players because of the way that they play.
Yeah.
People want to play good football, and he's definitely got them organised, and scoring 3 goals away at United, it's tough to go and do that, but they managed to do that, and regardless of United's performance in that first half, you're still playing against good players, you've still got to score, and I don't think we would have seen that if that was Spurs off last year. It would have been very much defensive, it would have been trying to sit back, hit on the counter, so I'm excited to watch that game, if I'm being honest.
The way Spurs are emerging, obviously London City Lionesses and the 4 top teams, we're starting to see something. I think that give it another 2 years, and I think that the WSL is going to be very, very exciting. I really, really do feel that, and I'm looking forward to that.
I think that's what we wanted, though, wasn't it? Like, when, say, you look at the Premier League this weekend, and it's so hard to call a lot of the results because you've got teams that are playing really well at home. You've got teams that are trying to fight for survival, and it becomes so competitive, and that's what we've wanted. So, like, them sorts of results, like, we probably wouldn't have predicted that, like, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But now they're starting to come in. Like, even Leicester beating London City Lionesses, that's a huge result. Gosh.
That's a terrible result for the City.
I know,
Lionesses.
and we bet on London. So we put all our eggs in London City's basket that time. You know what?
And I think we have every right to, but again, Leicester proved us wrong. Still got a lot of fight in them. And London City Lionesses have got to understand that, yes, if they're not playing teams outside the top 4, they've got to bring something more. But brilliant from Leicester. And again, you're looking at Leicester's side in the WSL, they've got fight in them. You know what I mean? They've got fight in them. And that's what's good about the leagues. That's what's good about, like, when you're talking about, like, even the Premier League. Look at the Premier League at the moment. Obviously, Wolves are having a nightmare, but every team has got fight in them, and that's what we want the WSL to be.
And it will get there, and it'll get better every single weekend. But looking towards these League Cup quarterfinals, you've got Liverpool, Chelsea. Obviously, Liverpool, not the greatest of weeks.
No,
again,
terrible. Yeah,
very poor against Villa. Did you watch that game?
I saw the highlights of the game.
The goals that they're giving away, they're not really helping themselves. And then you go to West Ham. I mean, I don't think it was a sending off. Do you think it was a sending off?
No.
No, because the defender was coming round as well.
Exactly.
Like, it's a rash challenge, but it's nowhere near a red. She was never going to score from there.
No, again, the referee's just like, just not, I can't say lost their head in that, but just maybe just caught up in the whole thing.
Yeah, just too rushed.
Just too rushed to make a decision, but like.
But again, them decisions in like, when your luck's just not going with you, like you go from Villa, and we obviously bigged up this game against West Ham because it was a massive 3-pointer for both teams, because now Everton and Leicester are pulling away from them bottom 2. So like, one of them teams needed to win to try and bridge that gap a little bit, and none of them like did anything.
No, honestly, as well, Liverpool, I think he's got. Do you think he realised how much of a job that is, what he's taking on at Liverpool? Because they just, I know you can see what he's trying to implement, and I think the first game maybe against Everton and a couple of games out, you saw a little bit of something, but now Chelsea is when they drew 1-1. But like it's too infrequent. They can't be consistent with it. And I look back at what I said on the pod maybe a couple of weeks ago about this manager, the level of this manager, what he may have been promised, and what's happening. Because at the moment, they look like they could go down. Well, they could be in the playoffs for going down.
something massive needs to change from now until the next part of the WSL season after Christmas, because I think we know how Gaz Taylor wants to play, and being there and being through that process with very, very good players, it took us a while to get used to that style, and you've got very good technical players that still weren't able to implement it in times in the season. And now you're going to Liverpool, which for me, they just I just think in terms of the squad, they're just not able to play that way.
No.
But ultimately, you're going to find yourself in a position where something has to change, whether that's players coming in or the way that they play. It has to be changed. One of them two things.
Yeah, something has to change
to survive.
Yeah, you lose Taylor Hines, you lose Olivia Smith. You don't really replace them with like for like.
Like Olivia Smith's a match winner. Like you see her goal against Liverpool at the Emirates. Like she doesn't have to. There's nothing like, as in like technical about that. It's just like pure like just I'm going to go for it. I'm going to dribble. I'm going to try and take players on. I'm going to shoot, and there's just no thinking around it. Whereas like a lot of it is about how you think about how you're going to score, how you're going to defend, and
I think like you said there, Steph, maybe he's trying to put a system into players that are just not at the caliber to take in the information. And I don't mean it disrespectfully, but I think you could see it in the way that they're playing, the way they tried to play. And so, again, I'm going to go back to he must have been promised something. So maybe whatever happens to them this season, maybe it might help them that there's a playoff situation happening at the end of the season.
It's going to be exciting though. Like
that's going to be exciting.
The table, but now it's going to be really exciting if and obviously probably go on to a bit, but West Ham are in the same position, and they've made a change from a manager's point of view.
Yeah,
so
Rehanne Skinner gone. Sad for her, obviously, but you're looking at a West Ham side that, again, they're really struggling. Especially you've got Martinez. You've got a player like Martinez who, ideally, you want to try and. If I'm West Ham manager, I'm going to do everything I can defensively, make ourselves very difficult to beat. And then my offensive strategy would be get the ball to her. Get the ball to her. Give her as many touches as you can in that final third. Stop worrying. I didn't
expect her to stay, this season.
Nor did I. Especially the way she came through last season, scored some brilliant goals, looked so exciting. And you feel like probably if it doesn't work out for them, then she probably will go, because you can't see her staying at West Ham for too much longer, especially in the form they're in. But she is the kind of player that you could see in a much better side, who probably can take instruction, and with her natural ability, she's got a lot to offer. So that's what I'd be doing right now. As a manager, I'd be flooding my defense. I'd make her so difficult to beat. That's what I'd be working hard. And then trying to get the ball to her to try and create something.
That's what they've struggled with defensively, though. The amount of goals that they concede, and then you're kind of trying to play catch up, aren't you? And Martinez must be so frustrated, and it'll be so interesting to see. Obviously, this weekend they've got City in the quarters. See how they respond from that, but also who the new manager is going to be, because that's going to be massive for this relegation battle in the WSL.
Well, it'd be interesting to see who they go for, because whoever that manager's coming in. He's coming in with a squad that's not great. You've got a top player, one of your star players, who probably is having reservations about her future and her time there. So whoever that manager is going to be, they're going to have to come in, and they're going to have to firstly convince her that they're going to do something to keep them in this league and get them competing. But then, he's got to get that team playing well, and you can't do that without being able to buy some decent players.
Yeah. We'll have to watch this space to see what happens.
Definitely.
Shall we go on to the legend that is Bunny Shaw?
Oh my gosh. I had to send her a message because my who's it? Sean. My Sean. Sent a message saying, Dad, someone said, can you send a video if Bunny gets her 100th goal so we can play a video out to her? And said, yeah, fine.
Yeah, we did the same video.
Did we done it, didn't we?
Everybody did loads of messages.
You done one as well. And so obviously very delighted for her, but she scored 4 goals. She just blasted it out. She blasted it, man. And you know what? She is the best, isn't she? Obviously Sam Kerr got injured, and them two for me are on the same level. Sam Kerr, hopefully she could get back to the levels that Bunny's now starting to show. But Bunny is unstoppable. She's an unstoppable force in a team that for me looks so good.
Can I read some of our stats out?
Please.
So since her debut in 2021, She's now age 28. She's had, for City, 103 goals in 120 games.
Jesus.
So that's like a goal every 80 minutes, which is crazy. 74 WSL goals, unbelievable. 97 goals she scored in the penalty area, and 33 of them are with her head.
Wow.
And she scored 7 hat-tricks, which nobody else can beat them stats.
Wow.
And for me, like, I think I've said this on the podcast before, in terms of world-class players, Bunny Shaw is one of them in terms of what she brings as a striker, and trying to train against her, playing with her. If you get her at the top of her game, she's unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And there's not many players you can say that about. And I think the way that City play now is more attacking than we did previously. So now you see a lot of her goals against Villa, it's a pass early and she's in on goal. When she's that clinical at this moment in time, she will win City this league if she keeps this form and we keep her fit.
What's she got? 12 goals, 3 assists in 11 WSL matches this season.
That's
you have to surely. How long she got left? I'm not trying to tout her about, but end of the season.
And I'm going to be fuming if you come to Arsenal.
No, I'm not going to say that.
No, don't go Arsenal. Stay at City and become a legend. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to try and bring anybody in to cause Leslie a problem, or even Michelle Angerbang when she comes back, Ajamang when she comes back. But what I'm saying is, you don't want a player like that getting down to a situation where teams are going to offer. Look at what you look at someone like Leon. Katoto, it's not really, doesn't look like it's working out for Katoto. I thought she was going to do a lot more than she's done up to this point. And there's no way Leon not looking at her. No way that any top team's not looking at her. But, of course, you don't want to be leaving the WSL, really. But, she will have a choice of teams if she wanted to leave. And she's coming, her contract finishes in the summer. Surely they're negotiating now. They have to be.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be because, and I honestly, I've said this to Bunny myself. I'm like, you could be a legend, and I get why players want to stay and maybe want to go. And as long as Man City are looking to compete for them big trophies, are going to go and qualify for Champions League consistently, that'll be the main thing that you think about as a player. And now the team plays around Bunny's strength. And I think if you want any more confirmation of how much the club and how much the fans and how much the players love you, that is confirmation, because when the team plays for Bunny, she then produces the goods, and we've seen on Sunday, and we've seen for a number of seasons now. So I think for me, I'd love her to stay, just because
there's no talk of her leaving though, apart from me just bringing it up there, is there? She seems happy.
You're spreading rumours,
I'm not spreading rumours. I'm not spreading rumours, because there's no way City are going to let her go when you can look at City now and you could kind of see into City's future with the players they've got. Lauren Hemp's back. Mary Fowler will be back soon. You know what I mean? Vivian Miedema playing really well. Grace Clinton's still got to kick in and do her stuff. You know what I mean? Alex Greenwood. When you look at what their team is capable of doing with players that they'll probably bring in as well. Because I love the manager. Manager looks really, really good and focused. You just feel like, no, there's no way she's going to leave, because you have to say that City, and I do think they'll win the league this year. This is just the first step.
Yeah.
So just tying up Bunny, and then making sure you're tying up people like Hempo, people like Mary Fowler.
Do you think if you get that over the line, then the players that'll want to come?
Yeah.
But also the players that'll want to stay, because you couldn't really go and get another striker like Bunny if you do lose her. So then this whole project and being there and being privy to a lot of conversations, it is about competing at the highest level and keeping the best players. And for me, she is the most important signing of this window. If they go and sign whoever else, whether that's a left back, whoever it might be, if you can tie Bunny down and allow her to compete and to allow her to do the things that she's done for the last 4 years and keep her as fit as you possibly can, along with the likes of Mary Fowler coming back, that's a squad that it's hard to compete with in that forward line.
Just that forward line alone, scary.
But we love Bunny, don't we?
Absolutely love her. And you know what? I'm so pleased for her. What she's done. She's been through a lot herself, But in respects of, like I say, number 9s in the women's game, she's probably the best out there right now.
And you know what, Ian? There's so much more to come. I really do believe that. She can actually be even more scary in terms of what she can produce, even an all-round game.
If she can become more scary than she is now, then I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
I think she was scared because I was the second choice number 9 at one point. So she got that voice note the other day. Says, says it's just because I pushed her in the shooting drills, just taking the mic. She was just laughing her head off.
Is she a good trainer? She a good trainer. She's sharp in with her finishing in training.
Any like small-sided games and just where she's able to just do what she needs to do, she's just dead focused. So, as in, you know what, I think it took her a while to adapt to the league and to adapt to England and to adapt to how City play, but she's got there and she's managed to stay with it. And like you said, like in terms of, we speak about the best strikers in terms of Miedemar, Sam Kerr, like she's up there now without a doubt.
Easily. Good luck to her.
So Ian, last week we did our question and answer session, but we actually missed out a couple of questions.
Right.
So I've got 2 more for us, but if anybody has any questions, they can submit on YouTube or send it into the email at Crossways, and we'll try our best to answer them after Christmas. But the first question is from Chloe Holgate Cayley. Are there any current players who remind you of yourselves when you were playing?
Who would you say for you? I know I'd say for me.
I was trying to think about this, and I feel as though there's bits of players. Like I look at Leah and Alex in terms of
distribution and stuff.
In terms of passing and seeing the game and just being that like kind of who starts play from the back. And I look at their range of passing, it probably was a little bit similar to mine back in the day. And obviously played with both players, so I know exactly the type of passes that we all used to like to make, whether it's the diagonal or the ones that through the lines.
Yeah.
And probably from a mentality point of view, just with working with her at City, probably Kirsten Kasperai.
Oh yeah.
Obviously totally different position, but I think in terms of the way that she works and the extras that she does and what she kind of thinks about the game in terms of her leadership, I would have to definitely say them. It's not exactly one player, but 3 players, but I try and think about different things. How about you?
It's probably Sam Kerr in the way that she's, in the box. She's very inventive. She's got a great personality. And obviously she's just a really good finisher. I just feel like I've got the same kind of energy as someone like Sam Kerr. She looks like she has a lot of fun as well.
Not a bad comparison, that is it?
I'd probably say Sam Kerr.
Yeah.
For me.
So next question is from Edmund Dance Tyler.
Right.
Should England be concerned at the lack of English goalkeepers being club's number 1 first choice keepers in the WSL, capable of challenging Hampton in the future?
I don't think so at the moment, especially with the World Cup, like, was it 2027? So that's like 3 windows away. They've got plenty of time. You look at someone like Kiara Keating, she's got plenty of time, but people you soon get tired of people saying, yeah, but she's young enough. She wants to play. Anna Morehouse at Orlando. She's a number 1. She's a number 1 there, isn't she?
Yeah.
I don't think that's something we need to worry about. Obviously, Anna Hampton will be back. And I think Anna Morehouse, I thought she'd done okay in the game. She didn't get tested too much. But going to Kiara, she's got plenty of time. But at some stage, she's probably going to have to start thinking, well, I actually want to try and force myself into that situation of being a serious contender for number 1, and people stop saying, well, you've got plenty of time, don't worry. She needs to blast into the City side, or if it's not going to be the City side, another side, and be a number 1, so she can put in consistent performances, so as then she's then able to say, well, I'm doing it at this level, I'm challenging. So you can see her as a serious challenge, just like, I'd say, again, like Anna Morehouse. She's playing in WSL. It's a pretty decent league, so she is a number 1. So I don't think it's something we need to worry about too much at the moment. I'd love to have seen Anna Morehouse get a little bit more tested, but at the moment, I don't think it's something we need to worry about.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Hannah is going to be number 1 for a long time. I think she showed that in the Euros in terms of she was ready and she produced in the biggest of stages. And you look at the likes of Kiara, and I'm just thinking if I was a player, you'd probably just want to give yourself the best chance that if that is the decision, you're playing regularly and you're training really well. And I think like what you said, there is time in terms of as a keeper, it's a little bit different. You necessarily have to play every single week. And we could say yeah, the WSL must have an English goalkeeper in your side that is going to be starting, but it just takes away the competitiveness of the league, and people
Yeah,
want
it
the
does.
best keepers, and
Yeah.
rightly so. So I think it gives them more encouragement to try
Yeah.
and get into
Yeah.
the side and to try and
Absolutely.
play as much as possible, because ultimately that's going to be the only thing that you can control as a player.
Steph was said like a leader, Steph. That was brilliant.
Oh, thanks, Ian.
That was really good because, like, again with Kiara, I could imagine with Kiara the age side of it, but then at some stage you want to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we like you said, and rightly so. Like Anna Hampton, what she's done in this short period of time since she's taken over from Mary Earps is phenomenal. Right, that whole all the Lionesses phenomenal what they've achieved. So it's going to be very difficult to dislodge her. So what you've got to be thinking at City, and I know it's very close to you, very close to the bone with you, City, but if she wants to be a number one, she probably is going to have to blast through and get it at City to then be able to challenge
Yeah.
at international level. And if not there, then she's going to have to start thinking about, well, where can I go to get regular game time? Those are the things that's coming up for her. But like I say, it's 3 windows to go. She don't need to worry yet till the World Cup. I should say 3 windows. So I don't think she needs to worry too much. But she's got to start. It's got to start to be pricking the back of her mind.
And I look at Kiara's journey, like she probably was number one really early in her kind of career. And would she have ever expected that she would be winning the Golden Glove at City 2 years ago when she was 19? Probably not. And that's how it works with keepers, is that probably when they come to the later stages of the 20s that they're probably going to get that opportunity. So her career's kind of been like turned around a little bit different. So this is something that she's not used to, but realistically in the kind of growth of Kiara and how she's done, she probably wouldn't have been thinking that she was number one right now anyway. But I know what she's like, and I know that she'll be desperate to play, but she's just got to be patient and wait for opportunity if it comes, and take it.
And take it. That's the main thing. Take it. So wish her luck. Wish her luck.
Yep.
But that's a good question. Thanks for the questions. And you know, I do like the questions, Steph. I think we should we get so many. We could probably do a couple of questions on a weekly basis, depending on.
I like them,
on the
especially
subject.
after the games.
Yeah.
Send
See
them
what
in.
people think. You know, it's like obviously with the predictions, because I'm so rubbish. You know what I mean? So
I was rubbish this week.
People are hammering me in the predictions. So and I don't mind that because we've got knowledgeable listeners. Okay.
Yes, we have.
More. Okay, so actually speaking about predictions, I've actually got the predictions Christmas table. So I got 4 points last weekend.
Woohoo!
Steph. Yeah. So hang on a minute. I'm 41st with 43 points. My gosh. Steph got 4 points last weekend, but she's 7th with 55
I've dropped down.
points. First place is Kay. Kay's killing it.
Kay's flying, you know.
Kay for killing it. 64 points, Kay.
Oh
well
my
done.
God.
You know something? I'm not going to say what I was going to say because I say it all the time, and every week I'm still rubbish. I'm just going to try something else, and I don't know what I'm going to try. I'm just getting desperate.
Maybe we need reset after Christmas and just go again.
That's what we do. But well done to Kay. And Steph, you're up there as well, Steph, because you know your stuff. But I would so that's it. Let's go and do Christmas. I'm getting ready to do that.
Yeah, let's enjoy Christmas.
I'll send you a picture on Christmas Day, okay?
Yes. Have a great one, okay? And everybody else as well. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year.
Love you all.
Love you all.